This orange cat got a magical transformation. Alright, deep breaths. Nobody panic. Everything is totally under control. Mostly, it's just, I have a cat. His name is Cheeto, and for 3 months, he's been a perfectly normal, if slightly unhinged, orange cat. But this morning something is new. My cat is glowing, and right over there, a bag of his favorite, ridiculously expensive, salmon-flavored treats is just floating, about 3 feet off the kitchen floor. Okay, Cheeto, buddy, you and me, we need to talk. We need some ground rules for whatever this is. I can handle the glowing. I was even, somehow, getting used to you speaking in riddles that sound like you swallowed a fantasy novel. But you cannot, and I mean this, you cannot use your brand new, unexplained, reality-breaking powers to steal treats before breakfast. We have rules in this magically cursed household. Rules. Cheeto just blinks, slow and regal, the golden aura around him pulsing. He opens his mouth, and a voice that has no business coming from a 1-year-old cat echoes in the kitchen. The fish that swims in the air tastes twice as sweet when morning's fair. I just groaned and dropped the spatula on the counter. That's not a rule. That's a terrible poem. It doesn't even really rhyme. Right. You're probably confused. I'm confused? I have been confused for about 3 hours straight. Let me try and explain, if only for my own sanity. 3 months ago, I adopted Cheeto from a local shelter. He was not glowing then. He was just this skinny, shy little orange tabby with a torn ear and these massive eyes that looked like he was carrying the weight of the world. He was the poster child for rescue stories, a quiet little guy who just needed a second shot. For weeks, he basically lived under my couch. It was a slow process, a transformation built on patience and an embarrassing amount of tuna. Eventually, he started trusting me. He'd come out from his hiding spots, first just for food, then to cautiously bat at a string. I'd read online that orange cats are often super sociable and bond hard with their owners, and Cheeto was living proof once he felt safe. He went from being a terrified little stray to this confident, super affectionate cat who follows me everywhere. His personality just exploded. He became playful, loyal, and developed that classic orange cat chaos that every owner warned me about. It honestly felt magical, seeing him change like that. I figured that was the end of the story. I adopt a cat. The cat learns to trust me. We live happily ever after, minus some claw marks on the sofa. I was wrong. So deeply, hilariously wrong. This morning, I woke up because my lamp was flickering. Except it wasn't the bulb. It was Cheeto, asleep on my chest, putting out a soft, golden glow like a furry, purring nightlight. And listen, I've seen those articles about scientists making cats that glow under UV light for research. This wasn't that. This was a full-on look I found, a sacred relic, capital M magical glow. When I gently poked him and whispered, "Buddy, you okay?" He opened his glowing eyes, stared right into my soul, and said, "The sleeper wakes when the sun's first tear anoints the world and banishes fear." And then he hopped off the bed, trotted to the kitchen, and apparently decided to test the known laws of physics on a bag of salmon treats. So, that's where we're at. My once shy rescue cat has had a second, far more literal, magical transformation. He is now a glowing, riddle-speaking, potential reality warper. And I still haven't had my coffee. The floating treats? Yeah, that turned out to be the least of my problems. A new crisis emerged the second my phone buzzed. It was my friend, Sarah. Her message, "On my way. Can't wait to see the new place. See you in 30. Panic. Just cold, pure, undiluted panic. Sarah is normal. Her biggest household drama is a ficus tree that's being moody and dropping leaves. She cannot see a glowing cat. She cannot hear him speak in cryptic couplets. And she, definitely, cannot see my television, which Cheeto, with a casual flick of his tail, just turned into a shimmering, live portal to a coral reef. I whipped around to face him. He's grooming a paw, acting completely casual, like turning a 65-inch 4K TV into an active aquarium is a standard feature he just unlocked. Cheeto. No. Bad cat. Change it back. Sarah's on her way. He pauses, looks at the TV, then at me. His glow flares for a second. Where colors dance and currents flow, a window opens to the world below. To close the view, a simple plea must match the stillness of the sea. What does that even mean? I shrieked, running my hands through my hair. Match the stillness of the sea? What do you want me to do, hold my breath? Meditate? The remote doesn't work, Cheeto, because the remote is now a starfish. It is. The remote has in fact transformed. It's damp. It's a little squishy. It has 5 points. This is fine. Everything is just fine. I have a friend arriving in 25 minutes, and my living room looks like a rejected set from The Little Mermaid. Orange cats are supposed to be playful, not architects of feline-induced magical pandemonium. My mind is racing. How do you hide a magical cat? Lock him in the bedroom? What if he turns the door into a waterfall? Throw a blanket over him? Would that even hide the glow? He'd probably turn the blanket into a swarm of butterflies just to be annoying. Okay, Cheeto, new plan, I said, trying for a calm voice. We're going to play a game. It's called Pretend to be a completely normal, non-magical cat for 30 minutes. The prize is all the tuna, the entire stash. Cheeto stretched, a lazy move that sent golden sparks drifting into the air like tiny fireflies. The greatest prize is not what's won, but the quiet joy when the day is done. Joy is not what I'm feeling right now, you little orange menace, I muttered, pacing. Stillness of the sea. Stillness. What is still about the sea? I looked at the television aquarium. Fish swam. A crab scuttled. Nothing was still. I glanced at the starfish remote. It wasn't moving. Is that it? Did I have to become one with the starfish? I tried holding the starfish up to the TV. Nothing. I tried pressing the little bumps where the buttons should be. Still nothing. I'm failing to communicate with a magical starfish while my cat watches me with serene amusement. This is my life now. My phone buzzed. Sarah. Found parking. Walking up. 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes before my very normal friend sees my very abnormal home. My heart is a drum solo. I looked at Cheeto, who was now batting at one of the shimmering sparks his own glow was creating. He looked so innocent, just like any other cat batting at a speck of light. Except in this case, he's playing with one of the shimmering sparks that's literally coming off his own body. He's his own laser pointer. This is ridiculous. So, look, while I try to figure out if I need to, I don't know, build a sandcastle in my living room to solve this riddle, maybe you can do me a solid. If you want to see if I survive this, or if you're just here for whatever magical nonsense Cheeto cooks up next, please hit that subscribe button. I could honestly use the moral support right now. Also, has this happened to anyone else? Do you have an enchanted pet? Drop a comment, because any and all advice is welcome. Seriously, I will try literally anything at this point. Wait, stillness of the sea. What if it's not the things in the sea, but the sea itself? When is the sea perfectly still? A still image. A picture. A picture is still, I shouted, pointing at the TV. Cheeto, the answer is a picture. Cheeto stopped playing and tilted his head. The glow around him flashed, almost blindingly bright. The eye that sees without a gaze can hold the ocean for all its days. A wave of warmth rolled through the room. The starfish in my hand felt like plastic again, and when I looked down, it was my remote. The TV flickered, the coral reef dissolved, and it was just my boring home screen. It worked. I solved the riddle. The relief was so intense, I almost fell over. The doorbell rang. I scooped Cheeto up. He felt normal. Just a warm, purring Catan rushed to the door, pulling it open to find Sarah smiling. Hey, wow, your place looks great, she said, stepping in. Smells a little salty, though. Did you get a diffuser? I just laughed, a shaky, tired sound. Something like that. Come on in. So, we survived. Sarah is here, and she has no idea that 10 minutes ago my TV was an interdimensional aquarium. Cheeto is curled up on the rug, glow gone, looking like the most ordinary, loving orange cat in the world. As I sit here, talking while Sarah makes tea, I look at him and know that despite the sheer madness, I wouldn't trade him. He was a rescue cat who needed a home. Turns out, we kind of rescued each other. His first transformation, from scared and shy to my best buddy, saved me from being lonely. I guess I'll just have to get used to this one. He looks so peaceful, so normal, my little magical disaster. For a second, I think everything might actually be okay. We just need to work on the riddles and the rules about floating treats. But as I'm watching him, his ear twitches. I follow his sleepy gaze over to the coffee table. The TV remote, the one that was very recently a starfishy's, slowly, silently, lifting about an inch into the air. I just have to sigh. Yeah, maybe everything isn't quite under control after all.